guys, today is our fourth week, our fourth lesson, which is gonna be solving one-step equations. So for this lesson, we're gonna be using including variables in our. We're gonna be learning to learn expressions including unknown variables. So for part 1, we'll solve the even numbers. Part 2, we'll also work on the even problems, even numbers. More problems with the questions 2 and 3. Okay, so moving on to solving our equation. So we're going to have to solve for our unknown x variable, which is y, which will be y in this situation. So to solve for it, we have to leave y alone. To leave y alone, we'll have to move -7 to the other side of the equation. To do that, we'll have to add 7 on each side, plus 7, and you'll get y equals 10. There you go, got your first answer. Okay, for our second question, m/3 equals 9. So m/3 equals 9. To get rid of a fraction, to make it into a whole number, we'll have to multiply by its reciprocal. So we'll have to divide. We'll have to multiply, yeah. So 3. So m/3 times 3. Cross these out. 3. You'll get m/1 equals m times 9 times 3, 27/1. M equals 27. Okay, number 6. A minus 4 equals 10. Again, add 4, A equals 14. Number 8. C/5 equals 7. Multiply by its denominator, which is 5. Simplify. C equals 7 times 5, 35. C equals 35. Number 10. So 3e. This indicates that 3. This indicates multiplication. So when a number and an unknown variable is put together like that, it's just saying 3 times e. But if we write 3 times e as like our expression, it can get a bit messy and mixed up, especially if our variables are an x. So that's why we write it in this format, so it's much simpler and easier to indicate and notice. Okay, now let's solve. So 3 times e equals 18. So to get rid of a multiplication, we divide. The opposite of multiplication is division. 3 divided by 3e. 18 divided by 3, we get 6. E equals 6. That will be our answer for number 10. We're done with part 1. Now we'll move on to part 2, writing and solving equations. So we will be learning to write our own equations and solve them. So number 2, a number n is divided by 5. Divided by 5 is which equal to 7. So a number divided by 5 is 7. So our equation will be n/5 equals 7. This way it's much easier to solve. So let's solve it then. Just like how we did before, multiply by 5, multiply by 5, cross these out, n equals 35. There you go, we got our answer, and we got our equation. Moving on to our next question. Number 4. 5 times a number equals 30. 5 times a number equals 30. There's our equation. Now let's solve it. 5n equals 30. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we'll divide. N equals 5 goes into 30 6 times. So we get n equals 6. Nice. Number 6. Z over 4 equals 5. Solve for Z. So for this question, we were provided with the equation, so you don't need to write it down separately. You just need to solve for Z. You just need to solve it. So Z over 4 equals 5. Multiply by 4, multiply by 4, and you get Z equals 20. Okay. The number minus 7 equals 6. So number minus 7 equals 6. There's our equation. This one's really simple. It's just we have to leave the variable n alone. So we'll have to move 7 by adding 7 on both sides, and you get n equals 13. There's our answer. Okay, now let's move on to part 3, which are word problems. There we go. So we'll be focusing on question 2 and 3 for this video. And later on, you should, if you want, it will be a good practice to go over the questions that we have skipped over so that you get a firm understanding of variables. Okay, Charlie has an X number of apples, and he shares it to 3 friends. Each of his friends receives 6 apples. How many apples did Charles have in the beginning? So he had a number of X apples. Okay, let's draw an apple basket. And he shares it to 3 friends. And each friend receives 6. How many did he have? So he has an X number of apples. And he shares it with 3 people. So say minus 1, 2, 3 times 6. So this will be the amount that he lost. So he shared it to 3 friends, each receiving 6 apples. So we subtract that out of the beginning amount of apples he had. So let's solve this expression. So x minus 3 times 6 is 18. And to solve x, we'll have to leave it alone. So we'll have to move this to the other side, which will be x minus 18 equals 0 plus 18 plus 18. And you get x equals 18. Indicating that Charles had 18 apples in the beginning. Got our answer. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Tom's age plus Kevin's age is 15. So Kevin's age, okay, 15. Kevin is 7. How old is Tom? So we'll use T for Tom. Tom plus, we know how old Kevin is, so we'll substitute K with 7 equals 15. To know how old Tom is, we'll have to get rid of Kevin's age out of the total number sum of their ages together, 15. To do that, we'll have to subtract 7 on both sides, and you'll get T equals 8. Tom is 8 years old. Nice. So this is the end of today's lesson video. I'll stop. You should stop at some points of the video to look at the questions provided with and go over the questions and use them as practice. Okay, thank you.